Today on Teuty's track analysis, we have the track of the day for January 23rd, Neo-Cupra Icy Flip by Florenzius. Icy Flip is a multi-surface track with the many surfaces including road, dirt, ice, bobsleigh, and penalty grass. It also has many special blocks, of which are reactor boost, reset, super turbo, engine off, and cruise control. The track has a single finish, but there is a path you can take at the end to avoid the penalty grass section. However, this path is very easy to miss. It is unmarked, not easily seen, and there's no GPS to show you that this is a path either. I finished the track with a time of 55.955, which is just barely ahead of the goal time of 56 seconds, but well behind the author time of 52.512. Overall, I didn't really like the track, and it was one of my least favorites in quite some time. I'll go over those issues in the next section, but on the plus-minus rating scale, I give Icy Flip a minus rating. For the analysis today, we have the world record Ghost, which was driven by hand, and they had a 50.890. So like always, I turn way too hard out of the starting gate, lose a little bit of speed and distance. But my first issue with the track is this dirt turn right here. As you can see in the bottom right, we are in third gear, about to switch into fourth gear. And yeah, this happened much too often with this turn. It's really hard to straighten out and get a decent gear switch in this location. So just not a well-made turn in my opinion. I'll get a bad gear switch in this turn and this run, and by the time we get to this upcoming checkpoint, it cost me nearly 30 speed, with me being at 206 and the world record being at 235. Outside of the very end, this is the biggest speed loss I had in the entire run. Continuing on, if you get that straightened out and get the better gear, you'll have a line like the world record does here, and you'll have to do a small drift into this. If you do not get the better gear and you take an inside line around the checkpoint like I did, you'll end up on the outside of this turn and you can just drive straight through. Continuing on though, I didn't get the greatest entrance into this ice slide with that little hop, but here for the ice to the dirt, I believe you have to be over 90 degrees to get a nice exit off of this. For the upcoming ice slide with the booster, I really had no idea how to take this. The world record takes a much further inside line than I am, but I'm less worried about my line here as I was how the heck to exit this area. It always felt so slow and sloppy. I really just had no idea how to take this turn in general. We'll get a decent exit here though, straightening out nice and early and getting a decent speed boost. And right at this checkpoint, only 7 speed behind, so still doing decent there. For the bobsleigh, just take it how you normally would, and for the exit, you want to start turning left very early so you start spinning and get a good landing into this next upcoming ice slide. You can see upon landing here though that I'm not quite sideways enough to get this ice slide going immediately, so upon exiting I'll have to brake here a little bit in order to get it going. I'll get a good ice slide and a good exit, leaving that ice slide at the same speed as the world record. But here's this jump I talked about earlier, just so inconsistent on the landing. We left the jump at even speeds and then we'll land and get to the checkpoint and I'll lose 5 speeds. So, you know, it seems minor in the grand scheme of things, but it still sucks that this is so inconsistent. There's really no way to make it all that consistent either, so I wish just something else was here to take its place. Another thing about this checkpoint and the checkpoint after this one is that there is a cruise control block right after them. So if you get a bad entrance or slow entrance to this checkpoint, or you have to do a standing respawn at the checkpoint, you are going to be stuck at extremely low speeds for the upcoming 2 checkpoints. I think a better option would have been to place them before the checkpoint, so if you have to do a standing respawn, you could actually get through the upcoming section with speed. Advancing a little bit more, we'll see something else that I want to point out about this section is that where the world record is going. Very far over to the right. I know it's pretty hard to see, but you can drive on the right hand side down here and avoid this huge upcoming penalty grass section. While playing, I had no idea this was here, and again, there'll be an upcoming section after this that has the same thing. As you can see, the world record again going far over to the right to avoid this upcoming penalty grass. Just nothing on the track to show that they're there, no GPS to watch to know that this is a correct route to take. I really just had no idea when I was driving. It seemed like a lot of other people also had this issue. And not taking these side paths also cost me around 2.5 seconds, so that's a huge amount of time that I lost just by not noticing that. So another not great Neo-Cupra track today. I've been fairly happy with the other Neo-Cupras in this area, but this is kind of in line with the bad map making from the city area. Some other issues that I didn't mention earlier, some FPS issues in this one. A lot of the Neo-Cupra tracks seem to have a lot of FPS issues as well. Again, another theme for Neo-Cupra tracks is if you do not load the mod, it seems to have some visual issues as well. I'll leave it at that though, because we're getting quite long today. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to like the video and subscribe. Check the description for links to my Twitch and Discord if you're interested in joining or following those locations, and be sure to check out all the other Trackmania content on the channel. But that's it for today. I will see you guys tomorrow for the next track analysis.